One of the things that people do is they downplay the role of pain and think that pain is normal, that it's normal to have a little back pain or neck pain or headaches, especially as you get older. Well, pain is not normal. Pain is like your body's check engine light that comes on your car, okay? It's designed to tell you that there's a problem, and if it's ignored, problems that are small can get bigger and bigger and bigger over time. Imagine if instead of, you see the check engine light on your dash, and instead of saying, well, you know what, I'm just going to put a piece of tape over the check engine light, or I'm just going to stop paying attention to it, what could happen to the car? You can continue driving along, and then you can start getting smoke out of it. And then eventually the car may stop running if you don't do something about the check engine light. Well, what's going to happen to your body? Same thing. Eventually, the pain can become more and more severe, or if it goes away temporarily, there may be an underlying problem that caused it. And if that's not addressed, then those smaller problems can get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and more difficult to treat and more costly to treat. Imagine you're driving along and it's rainy and you lose control of the vehicle and you hit a tree, boom! And then you say, whoa, the car, the car's not tracking just right. I got to turn the steering a little bit here. You say, well, you know what, I'm going to take care of that later. I'm pretty busy right now. Weeks turn into months, months turn into years. What's going to happen to the front end of that car? Okay, first off, the alignment was probably knocked off, and what's going to happen to the tires? Well, they're going to wear unevenly and prematurely. What's going to happen to the front end? Now it's not tracking appropriately. Parts in that can wear inappropriately as well and can fail, and then you can lose control of the vehicle. Well, imagine the same thing happens to you. You're in the vehicle, boom, you hit a tree, and you think, boy, that's a little sore, that's uncomfortable, something doesn't feel right. You know what, I'm busy, I'll get that checked later. Weeks turn into months, months turn into years, and you think you may be compensating okay, but those problems that were set in there can become more and more severe and more difficult to treat. One of the things that we treat as chiropractors is called a subluxation. Now that's where the joints get stuck or misaligned, that can irritate the nerves, that can cause muscle spasm, that can cause inflammation, that can cause pain. With a subluxation, two major things cause it: trauma or repetitive use. Inappropriate posture, inappropriate looking at a book or your phone, those done repeatedly over time can cause that. But the traumas can also cause subluxations. And with a subluxation, that can irritate or compress the nerve. And the nerves from the spine, they go from the brain down the spinal cord, and they branch and they go down the arm and down the leg. And when the nerve is irritated or pinched, that can cause either localized pain or pain, numbness, or tingling going down the arm or leg or sometimes the rib. But there's also a branch of the nervous system that's affected called the autonomic nervous system that branches off from the spine and goes to all the organs. The organs depend on the brain to tell them what to do. The brain sends signals to the heart to tell it how fast to beat or how slow to beat, or to the lungs to tell it whether to open the airways or the bronchi and bronchioles or close them down, depending on the needs of the body. And with a subluxation, that could irritate or compress that nerve. What's going to happen to the signal going to the heart or lungs? It's not going to be appropriate. It's going to be irritated. It's going to be diminished or garbled. And is the heart or the lungs going to function as well as it should? Probably not. It can be impaired as well. So my job as a chiropractor is to go up and down the spine to find the areas that are subluxated, not necessarily where people hurt or feel pain, but where it's subluxated, not only to fix the cause of the alignment and the mobility, to take the pressure off of the nerve, not only to make your body feel better on the outside, but help it function better on the inside. If you're having pain or discomfort, it'd be a good idea to get checked rather than just taping over the check engine light or ignoring your check engine light.